Great, welcome to weight training. We are going to be doing a standing workout today. So you're going to want, you can do it with one set of weights. If so, I'd recommend a medium set. However, if you have lighter and heavier, we are going to do some exercises that you may want the lighter ones on. Go ahead and get your weights ready. If you're joining us on YouTube, hit like and subscribe. Make sure you ring the little bell so you get notified anytime we put up a new video. All right, we're going to start with our warm up. So you want your feet about hip width apart, maybe shoulder width. It depends on what's comfortable for you. And then from there, you're going to just start lightly swinging your arms side to side, letting your back turn, loosening up, checking in, seeing how everything's feeling this evening. If everything's feeling good, you can let your body turn a little more, pick up your feet, rotate a little more fully, start to get a little blood flowing. Maybe swing your arms out a little higher, a little faster. Beautiful, just like that. All right, 2 more to each side. And then we're going to bring everything back to stillness. From here, we're going to move into our arm rotations, nice big circles in one direction. And then the other direction. And then you're going to throw them in and out, crossing one arm on top and then the other. Beautiful. From there, we're going to move on to our elbows. Just doing nice big circles in one direction. Again, just loosening things up, lubricating the joints, getting everything moving. And then go the other way. And then moving on to your wrists, same thing, one direction or figure eights. If you're going one direction, go the other way. All right, and then wiggle those fingers in and out, make some fists, loosen everything up. Make sure your hands are warmed up too. All right, now moving on to your lower body. Bring your feet out just a little bit wider. You do some nice big hip circles in one direction. And then go the other way. And then you're going to bring your feet in closer together. You can bring them all the way in, or you can keep them a little apart. Again, it depends on what's a comfortable stance for you. Knees popping forward and back. If everything's feeling good in your knees, you can add a rotation, going in one direction. If it's not feeling good, if that doesn't work for you, just stick with the forward and back. If you are going in circles, go the other way. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to pick up one foot, hold onto a wall, a chair, whatever's nearby, or just pick the foot up. And then you're going to spin that ankle in one direction. And then the other way. And then we're going to switch feet. And go the other way. Beautiful. All right, so we are ready to get started. Today we are going to start with a mini lunge plus an overhead press, but we're only going to use one weight. So for right now, you're going to set one weight to the side, get the other one, and you're going to rack it on your shoulder. You're going to do all left side. So you're going to step forward for the mini lunge and then push that hand up for the overhead press and step back. So step forward, mini lunge, overhead press, and then step back. We've got 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Beautiful, you've got it. And how many that lunge is up to you. If you want to step out deeper, get a little more lower body work, you're welcome to. If you want to keep it nice and shallow, take care of your knees and your ankles today, that works too. "15 seconds to go." And time, beautiful. March it out, set that weight down for a second, give your arms a rest, and then we're gonna go to the other side. So this time, you're gonna rack the weight on the right shoulder, stepping forward with the right leg for that mini lunge, and then the overhead press, and then stepping back. 1 minute on the clock, here we go. You got it, looking good. Almost there. 15 more seconds. If you forget the overhead press, that's okay. Or if you forget the lunge, if you want to leave that off, that works too. It's your workout, make it fit you. And time, beautiful. All right, set that down, shake everything out for a second. And then next up, we're gonna go into a lateral raise. Now this is one where you might want lighter weights. You can use your medium weights, go lighter, or even just do it empty hand. For a lateral raise, you want to either be seated or standing with your core nice and firm, squeeze that belly in, and you're just lifting your arms out to the side, right about to shoulder height. Now, this is an exercise that works a muscle that most women don't have a lot of. So it's okay if you need to do it empty hand to start with. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Squeeze that belly in nice and tight. Keep a soft bend in your elbows. If you're standing, make sure your weight is spread evenly between both feet. If you're seated, make sure your weight is spread evenly on both sides of your body through your seat. Go slow on this one. It is a tougher exercise. All right, we're more than halfway there. Keep squeezing the belly in nice and tight. And time. Set those weights down. Shake everything out for a second. Next up, we're going to do a wide row plus a fly. So for this one, It's going to be easiest if you're leaning forward just a little bit. You don't have to hinge all the way forward, but you want a little lean just to make it easier. So the wide row, you're bringing your arms up nice and wide, almost like the goalpost arms, but pointed down. And then for the fly, you're doing that same motion up and out to the side, but from this leaned forward posture. So maybe 45 degrees to the floor. Again, go light on these. These are harder exercises. All right, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Wide row, and then the fly. Wide row, and then the fly. You want to keep your head, neck, and back in a line. So you're going to be gazing kind of towards the floor. And again, you're not in a rush, nice and slow. Work the muscles. But if it feels like it's too much at any time, you can put those weights down and do the same motions. Empty hand, focusing on squeezing the shoulder blades together. You'll feel just as much workout that way, especially if you're just getting started. Almost there. 10 seconds to go. And time. All right, shake those arms out. Last up, we're going to do another single arm exercise. So we're going to do a single arm deadlift plus hammer curl. So I'm going to set one of my weights to the side. For this one, I want to be hinged forward more at my waist. If I'm doing it seated, I can only go to maybe 45. But from a standing position, I'm going to hinge forward as far as I can go, keeping my back nice and flat. And then as I come up, I'm going to add in a hammer curl. So deadlift, hammer curl. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Again, you want to keep your head, neck, and back in a straight line. So as you lean forward for the deadlift, you're going to be looking down towards the floor. Still keeping that belly nice and tight. The other hand can hang empty or it can sit on your hip, whatever's more comfortable for you. Ten seconds to go. And time. All right, now you guessed it. Next up, we're going to do the other side. So shake out that arm. Get everything switched over. And then we're going to do the other side. Same thing, deadlift into a hammer curl. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Halfway there. You got this, nice and steady. And time. Go ahead and set that weight off to the side, shake everything out, and then grab some water. That's one set done. Okay, bring it back in. From here, we're gonna go back to that mini lunge plus overhead press on our left side. So go ahead and grab one set of weights. If you need to change anything, this is a great time to do it. You've done one full set, so you know what all the exercises are now. If anything was too heavy, plan on lightening it up the next round. If anything was too light, try to make it a little heavier for your second round. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and get started. Mini lunge on the left. So you're gonna rack that weight, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Mini lunge, overhead press, and step back. Beautiful. We're more than halfway there already. Five seconds to go. And time. All right, set that one down, shake your arms out, and then we're gonna go to the other side. All right, grab your weight, rack it on the right, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Looking good. Halfway done. Now, if you want to add a little extra work without really changing much about how you're doing things, just hold that weight up so it's hovering instead of resting on your shoulder. That'll keep your arm muscles working a little harder, a little more engaged the whole time. And time. Set that weight down, shake everything out. From here, we're going to go into those lateral raises. Now, I am going to go a little lighter on those. As I said, that one's a tough exercise for a lot of people. So if you need to make any adjustments, this is a great time to do it. All right, lateral raises, standing nice and tall, belly in, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice and steady, elbows with a slight bend the whole time. If you're using a lighter weight and it feels good to go a little faster, go for it. But the heavier you go on your weight, the slower you want to go to protect your joints. Halfway done. Standing up nice and tall, still squeezing that belly in. Ten seconds. And time. All right, set those down, shake things out. Up next, we have the wide row plus the fly. So this is the one where you're gonna do a hinge forward, not all the way like a deadlift, more like a 45-degree angle. All right, grab your weights. Again, make whatever adjustments you need to. Feet hip to shoulder width apart. Find what's a good hinge forward for you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Wide row, and then that fly. Again, nice and slow here. And if you find that even the lighter weights are a little too much, or if you don't have weights, this is a great one to practice empty hand. Focus on squeezing the shoulder blades together. "15 seconds to go. And time. All right, put those weights aside again. Shake everything out for a second. And then we're gonna go to our deadlift plus our hammer curl. So again, one weight for this one. For this one, you're gonna hinge as far forward as you can, keeping a flat back. Just like that. And then as you come up, do that hammer curl. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Still squeezing your belly in nice and tight. Keeping your head, neck, and back in a straight line. So as you lean forward, you look down. Halfway done. And time. Beautiful. Set that weight down. Shake everything out. And then we're going to the other side. Same thing, other side, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Deadlift into a hammer curl. Remember to keep breathing. And remember to keep your belly squeezed in nice and tight. Have a soft bend in your knees. "15 seconds to go. And time. All right, that is 2 sets down. Set that weight aside, shake everything out, grab some more water, and then we have 1 set left to go. right, bring it back in. Last set coming up, going back to that mini lunge plus overhead press, starting on the left side. Go ahead and grab your weight, rack it up on the left. 1 minute on the clock. Let's go. And again, an easy way to add a little extra work in there is to make sure that your weight stays floating above your shoulder, not resting on it. Almost there. 5 more seconds. And time. All right, set it down, shake everything out. And then we're gonna move over to the other side. Rack the weight on the right, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. $15 seconds to go. Remember to keep breathing. And time. Set that weight down. Up next, we have the lateral raises. 1 minute on the clock. Grab whatever weights are appropriate for you for this exercise. And here we go. Feet hip width apart. Squeeze your belly in like you're trying to suck your belly button towards your spine. Keep a soft bend in your elbows and in your knees. Beautiful. You're more than halfway there already. Remember, you can always make any adjustments you need at any time during the set. So if you're halfway through and you're like, oh, I can't do 30 more seconds, that's okay. Go to a lighter weight or go to no weight at all. And time. Excellent. Set those down. Shake everything out. And then we have the wide row plus the fly with our body hinged forward at 45 degrees. Now this is one you can do sitting or standing. So if you're doing it seated, you still want to look for that nice 45-degree hinge. 1 minute on the clock. Let's do it. Row plus fly. And the focus here for both exercises, squeezing the shoulder blades. Work slightly different back muscles, but we're targeting the back with both of these. All right, we're halfway there. Ten more seconds. And time. Nice. All right, set that one down. Shake those arms out. And then we're going to the single arm deadlift plus the hammer curl. Starting on our left side. Feet hip width apart. Still sucking that belly in. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. More than halfway done. Only 10 seconds to go. And time. All right, last up, we have that deadlift plus hammer curl on the other side. Shift the weight to the right hand. 1 minute on the clock. And go. Almost there, 20 more seconds. And time. Excellent. That was your last one. Go ahead and put those weights to the side, grab some water, and then we're going to do our final stretch. All right, bring it back in. For stretching today, we're going to start with our feet hip width apart. Take a nice deep breath in, bring your arms up. Lean to one side. Come back to center, lean to the other side. Back to center, a little back bend. And then we're going to fold all the way forward. Let everything just hang down for a moment. From here, you're going to soften your knees, roll up nice and slow. Bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears, squinch them in nice and tight, and then you're going to roll them down and back. And then we're going to do that again. Up to the ears, down and back, and one more time. Beautiful. From here, you're going to take your arm up, give yourself a nice pat on the back, and then you have a choice of either pulling gently on your elbow back towards the wall behind you, or if you have a lot of flexibility, you can reach behind you and grab your other hand to help pull down tighter. You just want to feel a little stretch through your tricep, which is this muscle here on the back of your arm. And release. Go to the other side. Give yourself that big pat on the back, and then either pulling here or reaching behind and grabbing with your other hand. And release. From here, you're going to bring your feet out a little wider. We're going to do another deep breath. Bring those arms all the way up. From here, we're going to fold forward, reaching down towards the floor. Pause here a moment. Again, just let everything stretch out. And then we're going to walk our hands over to one side. And then back through the middle and over to the other side. And back towards the middle, bending your knees, rolling all the way up. This time you're going to bring your feet super close together, as close as you can get them. And then one more deep breath in. And then one more fold forward, reaching towards your toes. Pause here just a moment. And then bending your knees and rolling all the way up. Nice and slow. Great job. You are all done for tonight. I will see you next week.